Okay, so this is seared. So I'm going to take this out. Normally I wouldn't be having my face down in frying, but just so that I'm able to show you guys. And the reason why we don't throw all the meat in at one time is because it lowers the temperature of your pot, and then you're mostly just going to steam your meat. You're not going to sear it shut. Okay. Okay. Did I get it all? One more. Okay, so we're going to put the other half of the meat in. Sear it. You can skip the searing part if you want to. It may or may not make your meat chunks a little on the dry side. You know what? I've even had meat chunks taste a little on the dry side, even when I seared them shut to begin with. So, who knows? It does give a depth of flavor though. If you have this brown meaty parts that's getting stuck on the bottom, and it's going to come up when I pressure cook the meat. Now when I go to pressure cook the meat, I'm going to cook it for about 30 or 40 minutes, and of course I'm going to pause this and come back to you so we can finish up, okay? I'm not going to make you sit there and talk story for 40 minutes with me, okay? So I hope you leave some comments below about how your Christmas went. Okay. We should have beef curry here ready in about, I would say, an hour, which is really fast because to make beef stew takes hours and hours and hours, right? Time. To do what?
You said you were going to pause it.
Oh, when we go to pressurize it. Oh, not now. He was going to pause you right now. First, I'm going to show him what we're going to put in during the pressurization. I'm going to put the beef stock. I'm itching my nose. It's not runny or anything. It's just itchy on the top part. But I don't want to use mine. I keep this at my table all the time. Not sponsored. But those of you that are new, I should break it to you, I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So I'm constantly cleaning my hands. It's okay. That's just who I am. It's okay to be like that. I'm not going to hurt anybody. Okay. So, we now have the second half all browned up. I'm going to leave it in there. We have a lot of really good cooked on what they call bits. You want to have those bits. Those bits are flavored as, what's his name? Guy Fieri. He says Flavor Town. That's what those bits are when you're making a beef stew. So, okay, I'm going to put in my first batch now that my second batch is done. I'm going to hand this off to Dennis, my sous chef. Mahalo, brah. And stir it in so that they're all in there. Oh my, that looks good. So now I'm pushing my cancel button and it says off in digital letters here. So now we're going to put some beef stock. This has, see, I picked mine carefully. This has 400 milligrams per cup. There's a lot of beef stocks that have like 900 milligrams per cup. So search and get a really low one. If you want to get the beef stock that has, I'm all blurry. Can the man in the mirror please? No, it's not your job, Dennis. It's this little fella that's on strike here. And it's got nothing to do with the lighting, honey. It's just that, and even Peter Mon has had problems with this. What I have to do is sometimes, you see where my face is on the camera, in the screen? Peek in.
Yeah.
And just touch it with your finger. And that might make it focus on me again. Yeah, I'm in better focus now, right? Can't tell because I got my reading glasses on so that I can do math. And we all know that. So, I'm going to put, because we're going to pressure cook it, I need some liquid to build the steam of this beef stock, and it feels like I just got a little dab left in there. So it came to, why waste it, right? It came to a cup and a third. But you know what? If I had only had 1 cup, that's what I would have used, because 1 cup is fine. Thank you, my dear. Next. I am going to add 2 of the 5 of these. And the reason being, I want to, when you pressure cook, this is why I love pressure cookers. I took 3 of these. Now see how I told you it's kind of a soft, malleable bouillon cube. But this has got all the curry spices. If you could smell, oh, if I had smell-o-vision, you'd be so in heaven. It smells so good. I'm going to put 2 of those in, and I'm going to put half of my onions. And the reason why you want to put some really nice smells into your thing while you're pressure cooking it is because when you cook with pressure, it pushes everything into the meat. And so it not only tenderizes really cheap cuts of meat, but it also infuses it with such great flavors. So I build my flavors, and I'm going to try to use mostly the pieces of celery that has the little leaves, because that really puts a nice flavor in there. And I'm going to put some leaves in there. I probably put 1 of my cans of coconut milk. And we'll just put 1 little handful of carrots for the sweetness of carrots. And let me stir this up. Oh, it's looking lovely. And maybe I'll make half a can. We'll see how. I don't want to have too much liquid in there right now. So you want to shake your coconut milk real well. Oh. Wow, now the other day I was able to pop a puka. Okay, honey, over by the canned goods. You're going to have to put it on pause again. The can openers. I don't know why this is not working. It punched a hole like nobody's business. It's just not.
Yeah, it's not gripping.
It's because it cost $1.50 and it's a piece of junk. Okay, so we're going to get our regular can opener here in a minute. Push the pause button. We'll be right back. Action. And action. I have the kind of can opener, I love this. This is by OXO. This can opener does not cut. It uncrimps. So you not only don't have sharp sides, but you do not have those nasty metal shavings getting in your food. Now, I might have messed up by trying to... Can we pull this tape? Oh, no, we can't. Okay. I got it.
Got it?
So you clamp it on, and you just go around and around and around till it goes click. And it lifts the lid off. But please do get one of these that uncrimps, because there's microscopic metal shavings in the ones that cut. This simply uncrimps, okay? Okay.
Decided to put the whole can in?
I decided to dump the whole can in. Okay. So I'm stirring that up. All right. And we're going to want to pressure cook this now. So I'm going to put on my lid. Want to see how I do that? Okay. I've already checked this. Make yourself a little mental list like pilots have when they're getting ready to start the airplane, right? So you check that. You put it on. Do you hear that? And then when I turn it, did you hear it? Then you check your thing. That's right. This is locked down. Now I'm going to set it. Meat.
Push it back a bit. Bring your pressure cooker back.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'm pushing the buttons over here on this side. Oh, wait. I'm going to hit cancel. Okay, I'm going to hit the meat/stew button. And that's at normal pressure. And I'm going to add, with a plus sign, I'm going to add how many minutes. So I'm going to put it at 40. And now you're going to hear it confirm that I'm not pushing any more buttons. It will. Okay. Now it's going to start heating up. And it's going to build slowly. As the heat builds, steam's going to be starting to build in there. And it's going to do its thing. It's going to say on until it reaches pressurization. Then it'll say 40. And then you'll watch it. It'll say 39, 38. Okay, then you're good to go. So now we're at a stopping point. And I will be back in, it takes about 12 minutes or so to come to pressurization. And then the 40 minutes. So I will be back in about 52 minutes. But it'll just be the blink of an eye for you. Love you. See you soon. Hang in there. Don't push that stop button. I'm going to slap your hand. Give you dirty lick. Okay, this shows that 2 minutes ago, my InstaPot switched from pressure cooking to the keep warm mode, and I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, maybe 3 minutes, maybe a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to open the release valve on the top. Okay, I'm going to show you how we release it this way, okay? Hi, we're back. I showed you how to let the steam out, and I showed you where it says it's been cooking. So now listen real carefully, and you'll be able to hear it unlock. See how easy it does when you've released the... No danger in it exploding in my face, okay? It is hot. And if you're not careful and you open it really fast, you can get a little bit of a steam. Dennis is going to take that from me and put it over on the other table for now. So we got our beef pre-cooked. That makes even tough cuts really tender. Let me see, I get a fork. Get some tongs. Let me get a little piece of meat and put it on a plate. And even at this stage, okay, there's our meat. Let's see how tender it is. It's going to get cooked more even yet. See, I just touched it and it fell apart like that. Okay, so we know it's going to be tender when I get done with it. So I'm going to sneak a bite. We'll give this to Dennis. Let it cool off a little bit, babe, before you munch down on it. So I'm going to put the rest of the carrots, the rest of the celery, the rest of the onions. I'm going to put the rest of the potatoes. Oh, it's getting full now. Uh-oh. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. Trying to clean up as I go. That's what Peter says, right? It's not focusing again. I didn't put this selfie focus on because it had some words that said that what it does is it blurs out the background. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So anyhow, we're going to put some more of the bouillon cubes. Now normally at this stage I would put it on the slow cook. And I would just watch over it for a couple of hours, and I would slow cook it with the rest of the vegetables. But because it's late at night, we're going to try to pressure cook it for another 15 minutes to pressure cook the, and now is when we're going to put a little bit, because I like my curry on the sweet side. So I add a little glunk glunk of, why don't we just use the whole thing? Then I can wash the bottle out, right? I'll be ready to open that new can. Okay. And I wonder if we need another can of coconut milk. Could be. We're getting pretty close to the maximum up here. And you don't really want to go over that. I want to taste. Now, you guys, remember when you're tasting, for all of you new cooks, when you're and any good cook is going to taste. So you have 1 spoon. Usually chefs have a little pocket right here, and they'll keep their tasting spoon in there. And then what you do is you take a little of your stew and you pour it into your tasting spoon. That's pretty good, but it's going to be better when the now this is my tasting spoon that would stay with me. This is the spoon to dip some out. My saliva has not touched this. The reason why you don't want the saliva, other than, you know, health purposes, but your saliva has enzymes in it that would start to break down if it would get added in, even if you cook it. I think that I'm going to forgo putting the second. Now, if you, because this is really, let me say, all the vegetables that I got in here, they're going to release a little water too. So I think it's going to be just perfect, because if you are having a lot of people and you want to stretch it further, you could add another can of coconut milk, okay? And I would even say have spare curry around in case you stir it and you use your tasting spoon and it needs to be a stronger curry presence for you, okay? This has got 3 that I just added, and those are going to melt down. They're not melted in there yet, so I think it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to pressurize it one more time. So if I could have my lid, please. I've already got the rice cooking. The vegetables only need about 15 minutes in the pressure cooker. Okay, thank you, honey. So I'm going to double check, make sure that my seal is down in there just right. Okay, and I'm going to set it down. Make sure that this is locked. Now when you're doing slow cooking in here, or any other cooking, like you're cooking rice, you're cooking oatmeal, you're steaming vegetables. Well, now steaming vegetables, you'll probably want it closed. But all those other ones, you can cook it in the vented position, okay? But I want to pressure cook it, so I've got it in the center position, locked down. This is locked down, this is locked down, we're good to go. I hit cancel, and then I'm going to do manual, and I'm going to adjust it down to 15 minutes. My rice is cooking in the other room, and we're going to let it start. So it's going to repressurize itself again, and then it's going to count down from 15. And by then my carrots, my potatoes, my celery should all be nice and soft and ready to go over the rice. And then Dennis and I can have dinner. It's already 7:19 in Hawaii, and we're getting really, oh no, we're hungry for this yummy, oh no-licious, as we say, beef curry. So we're going to put this on pause for 15 minutes, and I will show you the finished product when we get back. Don't go anywhere. Hi, we're going to finish this up real quick so we can eat. It is almost 8 o'clock at night. It's really bad. I cooked the vegetables and there's no steam. Okay, and we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna let Dennis take it from that side and put it over there. Over here, I have my rice cooker. I'm gonna serve him some rice out of the rice cooker.
That thing's still bubbling.
Of course it is. It has to be hot.
She needs a spoon or something.
I should have got the ladle, but that's okay. We're going to just use this big spoon here.
All right.
So you see we got some potatoes. We got some meat. Some carrots. This is so yummy. More meat. We got lots of meat in here. 2 pounds of meat. Use your ladle. But I don't want to have to send poor Dennis back out to the kitchen again. So I'm just going to serve it. There's some meat and celery. And as you see, let me get some sauce. That sauce has gotten thicker. It's still kind of soupy. That's because I had put that beef broth. 1 1/3 cups of beef broth. If you didn't want it this soupy, just don't do that. Just maybe put only the water. Did we put water too? No, we didn't add water.
More broth, though.
I would say if you want it thicker.
No, give me more broth.
I'm going to. But it's difficult with this little spoon. If you want your curry thicker, I would say instead of the beef broth being clocking in at 1 1/3 cup, I would just use it like 1/2 or 2/3 of a cup, okay? And that'll do it. It's really thick down at the bottom. I think that's plenty. Let me show them what it looks like. So delicious. Hot. Okay, so now I'm going to serve myself up and have dinner. And I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make beef curry stew. And try it sometime. It's lovely, and you can make it hot, mild, or medium temperature as far as spiciness goes. And try chicken, shrimp, lamb. Lamb is really good. Lamb makes really good curry stew. Anyhow, I love you very much. I'm going to say aloha for now, and I will, after I eat, I'm going to process the video and put it up for you, okay? Now, if you had fun, give me a thumbs up, please, because that helps other people find me, and then they too can learn how to do this. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, please, and come back and visit with us and become a part of our ohana, or family. There's a, after you hit subscribe, there's going to be a button that says notification, or it's just a little bell. If you hit that, then you'll find out every time I upload a new video. So that's awesome. And also, if you share to like Facebook or other media, what they call it, social media. See what happens when you're so hungry, part of your brain cells turn off. So I'm going to say bye, and I'm going to hang up for now. Love you very much, and I'm sending you hugs and kisses from Hawaii. Aloha!